we need to continue a little bit more using models to show you why when you multiply with fractions, the answer is getting smaller. You should remember, generally, it's because you are taking part of a part. So you're taking half of 4/5. Now, how does that show up in this model? Well, first of all, we know we can multiply straight across and get 4/10. We then need to simplify, divide them both by 2 so that we end up with 2/5 as the final answer, but you must show the 4/10. Where do the fractions come in? 4/5 first. Yep, get my purple. 4/5. Well, it's in this direction that it's showing me fifths. How do I know? Because it's split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal sections. The whole amount is split into 5s going in this direction. Of those 5, it has shown us the fact that we are taking 4. So my purple is showing the 4 out of 5 sections. In order to take half of those 4/5, I need to look at the whole thing. It's much easier to see where they divide it into 2 equal pieces. Of those 2 equal pieces, I shade 1. So I've got 1 of the 2. Where does the 4/10 come in? Well, I look at how many pieces I have that are this size in the whole thing. I have 5 rows, 2 in each row. 5 times 2 tells me there are going to be 10 pieces. Oh wait, 5 times 2 tells me there will be 10 pieces. Of those 10 pieces, I'm looking for the ones that have both the purple and the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 10 pieces have both purple and orange. So that is where the 4 comes from. Simplifying it into 2/5 would just say I can also take these 10 pieces but put them in groups of 2 together, and I would take 2 of those. It's a little more complicated when we get to multiplying fractions to see the simplifying. Simplifying fractions, your final step, is always necessary. Okay, I will show you one more on here where it's a little harder to see because the pieces get smaller. The reason that I am showing you these is because sometimes on the computerized tests, it will show you a model like this, and it's really hard to figure out if they've got lots of pieces in it. It's easier to find if you're looking for halves and fifths. A little more difficult when you're looking at eighths and fifths. So how do I figure out where the eighths are? Well, I count the pieces that are this size. So I ignore the lines that are going across, and I just count the pieces that are in the columns. How many columns do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. So if I need to show 2/8, I will be coloring in 2 of these 8 slices. What about fifths? Well, the fifths, there's 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going this way. So this is the direction that cuts it into fifths. So now that I know what I'm showing, I need 2/8 of 1/5. So I'll take my fifths, and I need to show one of them. So one of those 5 pieces is right here. So my 1/5 is shown with my purple. I need 2/8 of that. Well, my 8ths are going in this direction. I need 2. So there's 1/8. There's 2/8. Next thing I need to do is figure out how many of these little tiny pieces are there in the whole box. I'm not going to count them. I know there are 8 in each row, and there are 5 rows. So 5 times 8 is going to give me 40 little pieces this size in the whole thing. You can count them if you want. I'm not taking the time. Of those 40 pieces, how many of them have both the purple and the orange? That would be these 2. So that matches the picture. Mathematically, these are both even numbers. So 1/20th would be the final answer, even though it's easier to see 2 out of 40 as the answer to the multiplication. So models are sometimes a little tricky to see. Your job in the book, page 735, you need to do 2 things. The one that I am most interested in is, do you realize that when you multiply, you go straight across and then you simplify the fraction if you can to get your final answer. But I also would like to see you figuring out, all right, figure out the second fraction first. Where are the thirds? Well, it's divided it into 3 sections here. How many of those do I need? I need 2 of the 3. Don't color them in solid because it will be hard to see where your other color is. So there's my 2/3. See how I'm color coding so you can see? Where is my 1/6? Well, the 6ths are going in this direction. How do I know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of those 6ths do I color in? Just 1. So in this direction, I just need 1. Then to get my final answer, I need to count. Or I can say there's 6 going this way, 3 going that way, so there must be 18 little pieces. Of those 18, how many have both colors? That would be the 2. Your simplest form does need to be written. So 735, you may very well need to rewind and watch this video again in order to figure out, all right, where is it showing me 4ths? Is it showing me 4ths this way or this way? Where is it showing me 5ths? Oh, wait a minute, it doesn't matter. It's showing me 5ths in both directions. Nice. Where is it showing me 4ths here and 5ths? So that's always what you have to figure out. Where are my 5 equal pieces? Where are my 4 equal pieces? And then how many of them do I take? Your final answer as well. Make sure that you have the colors in nice colors that I can see 2 different colors, and so that I can see how you came up with your final answer. Multiply across, it should all match. That's how you use the models to check yourself when multiplying fractions.